Welcome back to my channel. Say hi everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We missed you. Well, actually we didn't, and it looks like I'm always wearing the same outfits, but it's just this crop top happens to rotate on a Thursday. All right, Bluey's free. Off you go, Bluey. Bluey also stinks. So anyway, it's Thursday today. Oh my God, we've got high traffic. And I feel like I have finally caught up. What do you reckon? Yeah? So I last night had to edit not the vlog from the week just gone, but the week before, and get that up. So that has been posted. And then this morning I edited the week just gone, including the ball, and I've got that sitting there ready to go. I just might do it tomorrow. And then I'll be up to date. So we figured, why not start our vlog today like we normally would. However, this week I've got my 2 days off. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Can you? Yeah, come here. Ready? Can you see yourself? This week's my 2-day off week, so we do groceries and stuff tomorrow, so Friday on the second week. So that's why there's no food haul or anything today, but I just got home from training. So Artie and I are going to go for a shower. He's had dinner, and I need to wash my hair because it's still filthy from the ball. Don't judge me, I wash it like once a week. I am literally like days away from getting my period, so this is the worst week to be training. Like, it's literally just, okay, I'm gonna make this taller because clearly I'm not a child. That's better. Okay, that's better. Don't. I'm being harassed by a terrorist. Well, if you come here, you can see yourself. No, don't pull it over. Yeah, look, ready? Oh, hello. You can see you. Can you wave? Hello. Oh, I think Daddy's coming. This is our interview for Australian Idol.
Oh my God.
So yeah, as I was saying, what's under the bed? So I trained today. I didn't want to. This week of getting my period is always like, I just feel really like bleh. So if you know, you know. But I went, I got my new lifters, so you'll see them because I'm about to insert my training from today. I'm really mad at myself because I never expect to go heavy in these weeks, and today I had the most weight I've had on the bar, so I think I had almost 40 kilos. Yeah, I had 30, I did 38, so I feel like, yeah, the time I got over 40 was when I used Laura's bar for a minute. But yeah, so I've never used green plates, which green plates are 10s, and the bars we use are 15 kilos. So that in total is 35 kilos. I've kind of like built up to that, but not in the movements that we did today. So today was a power clean. So basically cleaning straight from the floor. So you start in like a deadlift position, you know, like lats locked in, and then basically you clean the bar up onto here, and then it's a under the bar push jerk. So it's all well and good because you can normally clean a lot of weight, but can you push that weight above your head? So yeah, I hit 38 kilos today and I forgot to press record. Love that for me. So anyway, I'm going to insert some footage here of the workout we did today. It actually got me. So like we did, the first part was the power clean into jerk. So it was working from 70 to 85%. 6 rounds, or 6 sets I should say. Then the WOD was a 10-minute time cap, and it was just 3 exercises, but like a ascending, so 1 rep of each 3, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and you had a 10-minute time cap. So by the end of it you will have done, yeah, basically 6 sets, but each set you added more. So hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, we're going to jump in the shower, and I don't know what we're up to tomorrow, but we'll hopefully check in with you then. And it's time for bed. What is it? Can I have a cuddle? Can I have a cuddle, please? Oh no, that's fine. So anyway, enjoy, and we'll chat to you tomorrow. Night. Good afternoon, everyone. What day is it today? Friday. It's Friday, and I finally washed my hair last night. Love that for me. Anyway, it's about 3:15 Friday afternoon. Jacob is on his way home from work, and I am just getting ready to go and train. We all know how much I love a Feel Good Friday session. Today looks heavy and voluminous and like it's going to be really sore. But I'm probably also not going to run because it's raining outside. Now running track is outside. I don't want to get wet. Nah, but legit, my knees are probably a little bit how you going at the moment. Love that for me. Just a little updo. Beautiful. And today the session is predominantly lifting stuff with like a little bit of cardio. So I'm just gonna wear my lifters. I'm not gonna put my Metcons on just to run 200 meters for the first round. So anyway, I got a few deliveries today. I got my first Stacks order, which was the AW2 release, and my Acacia pajamas. So I'm gonna do a little quick try on and show you, because the Acacia pajamas are the biggest thing that got asked about on my Instagram. So I said I would show you when I got them. What are you doing, Buffhead? What are you doing, Buffhead? Okay, so the pajamas that I got are the Hallie ones, which is why I finally bought them, because I felt like it was a sign. So it's the button-up shirt, like t-shirt, and little pull-on shorts. So I got them in a 14 because I'm a big believer in pajamas should be, don't mind my child, you know, slightly oversized and comfy. So I still wanted a 14 because eventually I'm planning on being pregnant again and I want to still be able to wear these. So one of the main questions I got asked was, are they soft and are they stretchy, by one of my friends. So this is how much they stretch in the bottoms. Anyway, I'm gonna put them on. Let's see. Now I'm not a huge shorts person because, well, I don't like my legs. It's a given thing. So I guess, you know, these are fine for wearing at home, but I probably wouldn't wear these out. Not this length of shorts anyway. I'm just gonna pull the tags off because my child is learning to crawl under my bed. So he's trying to get my acupressure mat out, and I made him feel yeah, that's what I thought. I made him feel the little spikes so that he knows that it's spiky. Okay, so I'm gonna stand back so you can see. Size 14 in the Hallie print. Now you can see, like, there's lots of spare room. Like, they're so comfy, such a generous size. I don't know why I thought I would never fit in these, and that's probably why I never bought any earlier. And then bottoms wise, so they have this really cool elastic, which again is like super forgiving, and I'm probably not wearing, like, I would never wear a G-string to bed, so that's what I'm wearing right now. But yeah, heaps of room for, like, especially if you're bloated too. And like the way that that band sits on me, I can comfortably run my finger under it. You can't really see lengthwise, but they sort of sit. I wonder if I can show you. Oh gosh. Are you okay there? Yeah, so pretty much there where my hand is where they finish. So like, they're not long, they're quite short shorts. But again, for around the house, super comfy, but I would never wear shorts this length out in public. It's just not a me thing. But again, like, I love this. There's so much room. So again, when I get pregnant, like, I'll comfortably be able to wear these as little pregnancy PJs. And then the band would probably actually sit perfectly under my belly, which means that the pants would sit lower down, and yeah, I would probably end up liking them a bit more. Okay, so comfort wise, quality wise, softness, I like them for a $60 pair of pajamas. They are what I would expect to feel if I was to spend $60 at Pete Alexander. So love that. I had a cheeky little discount code too, so I don't think I paid full price. But yeah, the sizing is like so generous, so comfy. And to be completely honest, I probably easily, now knowing the size is as generous, I probably could have got a 12 and they would have still been baggy on me. Hello. Standing up on me. Are you looking at my pajamas? Do you want to come and say hello? Come on then. Ah. Hello, camera. Hello. Who is it? Is that you and Mummy? You're waving. Look at your red hair today. See? Nothing else hiding up here. You want to hop back down? Do you like my pajamas? Do you like my pajamas? What do you think? Comfy? Anyway, okay, so I'm going to try. So again, this was the AW2. Yeah, so I got a bike shorts and matching, it's not a crop, it's like a crop singlet. Crop tank, I should say. So it's like high neck, slightly contoured at the bottom. It's in that beautiful double layered AW2 material. It's got a matching coloured logo right in the middle of the back and one at the front. So again, I don't have beautiful fake boobs like all of the models do in the pictures that they post. Probably my only qualm with Stacks is that the models, like, they've got plenty of influencers that are plus size, but I don't see a lot of those in their modelling campaigns. Like, I'll be completely honest, as much as I love Stacks, the campaign for the AW2 was the very, very first time I was this close to not buying anything because I could not get the concept out of my head that I don't look like the girl in the photos. I don't have fake boobs, I'm not a size 5, like, this girl was absolutely stunning, but she had like the highest sitting fake boobs, which I'm assuming they were probably quite fresh. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. They looked amazing, I'm all for fake boobs. But like, my thing was like, I'm never gonna look like that in that top. I'm never gonna look like that in the bodysuit. I'm gonna have to wear a bra. And so I'm really keen to see. This is a medium and it actually feels quite spacious. So I'm gonna try it on and see anyway. But like I said, I'm glad that I did because I love the color more in person actually. And like I said, I'm a massive Stacks fan. Something about the launch, I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me, and it's so weird for me to say because I absolutely love everything about them. So these are the bike shorts. So again, this is completely new territory for me because they are just this tiny little thin band at the waist. So these feel like the best black material, but I don't actually know. I think it's Nandex. Yeah, these are in the Nandex material. So, and I sized down to a large because I think the last time I got something like this, they were quite forgiving. So I'm keen to see how the leg sits on these. I don't know if this will be something that I wear to the gym just because of that waistband, but I feel like none of my bike shorts hold me in enough now anyway that like I probably won't look any different like in these compared to something with like a thicker waistband. So anyway, we'll give them a try on and see how they fit. I don't think that they'll be any different, but yeah, the bodysuit, I'm keen to try that on because I got a large, because even though I'm like definitely a medium in the top now. What's up? Can you see this? What is it? Yeah, even though I'm a medium in the top now, well and truly, I think when you've got like hips and curves, bodysuits, if you don't size them properly, like they can literally cut you a new hole. If you know, you know. It's one of those things. So anyway, let's get this off. Alright, so first things first. And I made sure I like put the camera in a good spot so I could just try these on directly so you can see my genuine reactions. Ooh, this does feel good. Ooh. I'm also wearing a Stacks crop underneath. Totally didn't plan that. Look at that. Okay, I am a believer. Well, I might not have the fake titties for it, but like over my crop, that is incredible. Okay, I'm gonna move this down a little bit. So that sits really nicely where my arm fat and stuff is, which is what I love, because I hate things that cut slightly too low. Like that makes me feel really comfortable and confident. God, for a medium, that fits amazing. Love that. Stunning. All right, now for the bike shorts. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, these do feel good. These do feel good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate these. Okay. Instant reactions. I don't know what undies I would wear under these. But for a large, and like I said, bear in mind, I haven't worn anything smaller than, I think, an XL. I don't think I've got large in any of the bottoms yet. So, super cool for me, but I'm gonna put this down. Okay, so, see what I mean about I'm gonna stand in the light for the undie situation. So, again, because there's no waistband there, I don't feel like there is fluttering around my hips. But that's because I'm wearing, yeah, do you see what I mean? I'm really not sure how comfortable I would be wearing these like this. Maybe with like a long tee over the top, or maybe when I get a bit smaller, but like, look at, you can literally see exactly where my undies are, as where in my black ones, like obviously the band comes to like here and sits like that, so you can't really see any of that. And obviously like I still have a belly, so I can't really hide that, but these are comfy, I'll give them that much. So maybe from like a lounging around the house situation, but like look at this crop though, I'm not mad about that. Now, so yeah, absolutely love this. And again, maybe if I got the bottoms in black, it probably would have been a different story, but I really want to step out of my comfort zone there. So, Auntie, what are you chewing on? It's keeping you really quiet. But yeah, so anyway, that's probably just a personal me situation. And I'm sure maybe when I go back and edit this, I'll be like, oh, they don't actually look that bad. But when I've got a screen this big to look in while I'm filming, I mean, I just see everything in the light. So I'm just gonna find some pants to put on. Oh no, I should try my bodysuit. Okay, so the bodysuit. I feel like this is very like Skims territory. So again, it's in the Nandex material, and I got black because obviously I was like, it's a staple. So anyway, low scoop at the front, square at the back, and yeah, I'm just gonna go for gold. So like I said, with this, I got a large because I, really feel like, okay, I like where the buttons fit, that's a good start. I feel like it's supposed to be a bit like, not G-stringy, but, you know. But yeah, I got a large to make sure I have room because I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, I could tell by the ad, and I'm glad that I did because it's exactly as I expected. You can't adjust the straps. Okay, let me have a look in the mirror. Okay. As far as fit goes, I'm definitely glad I got a large because you can't adjust these straps, which is a little bit annoying because if I had have got a medium, I would have to wear this so far up my ass just to have a decent amount of coverage. Like, yeah, there's no way I'd be able to wear this without a strapless bra underneath it. See, and this is the annoying thing, is that it's like slightly too big there, so I'd have to like, yeah, really pull it in so that it covers. I don't know, maybe I have to try it on again when I've got some jeans or something to put on, but I'm actually really not sure how I like that. Don't know, keen to see what other people start saying when they receive theirs. But anyway, feel wise and all the rest of it, absolutely amazing. But I don't, yeah, I don't know, that doesn't feel like it's made for like my torso. Weird. Anyway, Stacks VIP sale last night for the Cyber Fridays, whatever it is. So I got 80% off most things. Or it was up from like 30 to 80% off things. but not everything was in the same category, so you just kind of had to click through and see what was. Like, you could get the same top in 2 different colors, but it would be 2 different prices. So yeah, that made it hard, because when you were like, oh, I want this in every color, and then one would be $30, one would be $15. I think I even got stuff for like $11, I don't know. But anyway, I got quite a lot of stuff, and most of it is like high neck tanks in like a lot of neutral colors, more so thinking I could like tuck them into like skirts or jeans or like pants and stuff. I tried to get quite a few pieces that are yeah, a bit not just activewear. So anyway, I'm gonna finish getting dressed and go train. Today's a big day. My period has like started, but it's not really where it would be, to the point where like I wouldn't go and train. So hopefully it can hold off. Just let me get my training out the way today, and then we've got a big weekend, but not a big weekend. We just have literally where this natural light comes in is the side of our house that is the only part that's not done with the backyard. So it's just like a big strip of sand. It goes from the gate here all the way to the end of the house. It sort of like steps in at our massive floor to ceiling windows. And what are you doing? Just laying on the floor. Yeah, we've got like a veggie garden coming and a bunch of stepping stones, and then our best friend's parents are redoing their backyard, and they've got beautiful like dark navy colored soft rounded pebbles, because we didn't want like sharp stones, especially if he like puts them in his mouth or step like walking on them, because we don't have grass. So we're going to get them in stages. So we just want to get like the foundation set out this weekend, move anything out that can go in the bin, or like we can give away a pile of bricks and stuff. Yeah, get the sand leveled out, get the veggie garden built, and then yeah, see what we're dealing with. So we're doing that, and then we're out for Brock's birthday dinner tomorrow night. So we're going to this new Italian restaurant in Northbridge, so I'm super excited for that. And then Sunday I'm having a chill day. Yeah, Jake's off to do car stuff, and Ali and I are staying home to do that. He's currently chewing on like the cardboard of the Stacks tag. Love it. Anyway, that's where we're at. So I hope you have had a fabulous Friday, and I will try and take you along for our adventures on the weekend. What do you reckon? All right, bye. Good morning. Happy Saturday. That's all you get. So it's 8:30 in the morning. Archie just woke up, so he's just having some breakfast. He's clearly gulping down a pouch while I'm making some toast because he's impatient. Jake had gone to Bunnings this morning to pick up our veggie garden and our pavers and stuff, so I'm really excited because we're finally getting a start on the backyard. He's picking up coffee on the way home. I can already feel it in my soul. Oh, there's toast. So I'm going to show you like the plan of what we're working on. It's probably going to take weeks for it to get finished because we've got like rocks coming from another place that's not ready to like pull that apart yet, so it might like come in sections, but we're going to at least get the side tidied up and start laying down the foundation. And then because the house behind us and the house next to us, one's got pebbles going down their fence, so we've got a few rocks spilling under, which is fine because between their fence and the footing of our concrete there's like a 10 centimeter gap. We're just going to fill that with pebbles anyway, but because of how they've done theirs and not set it up properly, all the weeds are growing up under our side of the fence, same as the back. They've laid grass and they've not put like a garden liner or anything at the end of their fence, so all their grass and their weeds are growing up under our fence. So I'm not really sure how to tackle that because I don't want it to keep happening, but I think we'll have to pull them out, again, spray some weed and feed, and then obviously once we put our pebbles down, make sure that there's like weed mat going underneath them, and then same as down here. So I'll go and show you. So this area that you can see outside obviously reflects into the dining area. Baby! So we just never open the blinds. But basically there is piles of bricks that are left over, which we kept in case we wanted to build like planter boxes and that sort of stuff. There's a wheelbarrow that needs to go in the bin, and then down you can just see it just goes all the way down to the back of the house. So like further down there's another window, which is that one. That one's kind of got I don't know, it doesn't really have anything in front of it. Next to it is obviously Artie's bedroom window, and then it like dips out across and down, which is like the robes for the 2 spare bedrooms. Well, Artie's bedroom and the spare bedroom. And then it like dips in again and then is like that corner. So we have a veggie garden coming that matches the woodland grey fence. So that is like 2 meters. So I'm pretty sure this window is almost 3 meters. So 2 meters, it should like sort of just fit, you know, in, around and across. My dad's coming over this morning, so I can ask him what do we need to do about these drainy things. Because I'm pretty sure that one there is either an overflow or it's null and void, because there was supposed to be a downpipe here, and then obviously there's a window, so there's no downpipe, and the builders did a lot of stupid things like that. That one I think is definitely overflow because of the way that the dome is on top of it. So normally if you got paving poured, they would pour it to that level. Yeah, it makes sense on the other side of the house. But anyway, so this is 1.5 meters from the bricks to the fence. And then it obviously steps out further down that way, because in front of the bedrooms it has to be more. But yeah, from windows to fence has to be 1.5 meters. So yeah, we're gonna put the veggie garden in here, which is gonna leave like a 500 or 600 mil path of pebbles, and then we don't really know what else. But we have some pavers too, so we'll see. Coffee. So anyway, I don't know how much I will film and whatnot, but we will check in as we go. Good afternoon, friends. I thought about making myself look half decent if I was going to vlog today, but what's the point? Like, the whole point of this is real life nitty gritty in it, bruv. It's Sunday. We survived dinner out last night with Artie. Just, didn't we? Just. He was pretty tired and over it by 8 o'clock, so we left. And he cracked it about 10 minutes away from home. Can you just slow down? So Jake is out for the day today. I have my period, so bad. Not even gonna sugarcoat that. I literally woke up during the night and went to go to the toilet and was like, literally just wouldn't stop. Yeah, slow down. Good idea. So I just, yeah, anyway, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning with, you know when kids just do shit because they know that you're watching and that, like, they just shouldn't, and what are you gonna do about it? He's currently eating a little mini party pies because we're having that day today. He woke up sick at 1 o'clock this morning, like snotty nose coughing. I don't understand it. I can't figure out where it's come from because we haven't been anywhere and he hasn't seen anyone. So it's really frustrating. So anyway, navigating that. Then I woke up at 5 o'clock after having a shit sleep with the worst cramps, and Jake got me a heat pack and Panadol. Then he had to leave at like 7:30. Artie came into our bed at like 6 and I was like, he'll just have a cuddle with me and go back to sleep. He literally had to be on me, like he wanted to be on me, which he never does, and he just laid there with his arms to the side, playing with his own fingers, just like with his head here, and then he'd like look up at me. You want some more? Is that good? All right, I'll cut this one up for you. And we did that until about 8 o'clock. I don't know how I put up with 2 hours of it, but he wasn't sooking and stuff, and we never get to have those cuddles. Okay, here you go. There we go. You know, we're at that point where we don't always get to do that, so it was kind of just nice. And then I just was in so much pain, and I was like, I can't do this. So he got up. Why do I have so many random bits of carrots in here? We got up out of bed at like 8 and had some breakfast, and I made a coffee. Because he'd been awake since like 5:45, by 9 o'clock he was ready for a nap, but I kind of pushed it out to 9:30, and then basically put him down for a nap, and I thought, this is amazing. He's going to sleep for 2 to 3 hours like he has been, and we may even squeeze in an afternoon nap. No, he was awake within an hour and a half. Love that for me. So anyway, I was like, a reset. I need coffee. The coffee I made didn't quite cut it. I love my coffee machine, but you know, like there's days where you just need the coffee. So got him changed, got myself dressed. We went down to the local. We grabbed some bits and pieces from Woolies and some Panadol from the chemist because we were out, like we just ran out of Diamondon. And I grabbed a coffee, and then we've come home and I gave Artie a fruit pouch, and he sat on his little couch in front of the veggie garden window watching me, and much to my dismay I had to watch him through the window whilst I was quickly fertilizing and watering the new veggie patch, crawl around with his hand on top of the pouch, squeezing it across the floor. So good thing we don't have carpet. Took me 2 seconds to clean up, and I've come really far as a parent. If you know me from back in the days, my OCD is not a very nice thing to deal with, and I hate things that I can't control, especially mess. So that's been big for me. We're not even gonna bother with that. Yeah, that's been really big for me. And yeah, like pretty much just did the veggie patch, came inside, sat in front of the window where the veggie patch is, basking in the fresh air whilst looking out the window, and now he's eating his party pies, and he was like climbing across me. He like accidentally stuck his finger in my mouth and cut my gum. So then I pretended to cry, so then he pulled my hair. You've got some, you can still finish eating that first. Now mate. So anyway, I'm hanging in there. Hanging for Dad to get home today, I tell ya what. And not looking forward to this week. My poor mother has tested positive for RSV, so rhinovirus, if you know, you know, and it's basically the new COVID. And it's really frustrating because it's so contagious and so dangerous for little kids, especially, that there's a 14-day isolation if you test positive for RSV. So just obviously frustrated for a plethora of reasons, because like apparently you can have it for like 4 or 5 days before you start to show any symptoms, and you know, like it's not even the fact that could even be what Artie has. Thankfully he's not sick enough, and it's just sort of happened overnight for him. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, would you like some more? That yeah, he has a teething cold like last time, because it's very similar, and he can just get over it really quickly. But I have to go to work tomorrow, so Jacob has to take one for the team and be the stay-at-home dad for the day, which his work is really supportive, so I love that, because I have to be on site tomorrow, so I don't really have a choice. So yeah, that's where we're at currently. You know, this is the life of working parents. Unfortunately, we don't live in a day and age where parents are supported when they need to not be at work because their kids are sick, and if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. So, like I have leave and stuff, but I literally have a project on tomorrow that has taken 3 months to go ahead. So I have to be there. I don't really, yeah, it is what it is. So Jake's gonna do that, which is nice. I'm currently chopping up some potatoes and carrots. Excuse me. You don't need to eat your high chair. You have food right in front of you. I'm making a Japanese curry. I don't know if I just said that. My brain isn't working today. Currently have the worst cramps. But I'm just trying to push through, and like I said, hopefully little man will go for another nap this afternoon. I would really appreciate it. And then when Jake gets home, cue the old handball. Nah, but it's just one of those things where I will never ever complain about being a parent. I absolutely love it to my ends of the earth, but there is some days like now where being a mum is hard enough as it is, let alone trying to look after your own health and you know, the one time of the month that we're expected to, you know, bleed and still just not complain and go to work and be a mum and do all the rest of it. Yeah, so Jake is obviously very, very supportive, and I love that. And today is the one day that he asked for to go and do car stuff. So are you okay? We're spitting food out today apparently. So yeah, here I am being a good wifey, putting dinner on so that we can eat some curry tonight. At least that way we get some veggies in. I've still got some food left over from last week, so I'm not really, this will give us quite a few meals, so I'm not going to stress about food prepping. But yeah, I just wanted to check in, give you the real life lowdown. Oh, I'm really excited. If you have Woolies rewards, if you have Woolworths rewards, you know that you can build up your credits, and they bring out things every now and again and you can claim them. And I was going through the checkout and the lady's like, oh, do you want any of these glasses? Have you got Woolies points? I was like, I don't know, probably. And I had like 80 or something. So I got some beautiful beer glasses that you can also use as dessert glasses, and some really nice drinking water glasses. Anyway, that's me for now. I don't know if I'll check in later or when I'll check in again. We'll just get to see how this week goes, but I would say send me strength, but by the time you see this, like, it's going to be Thursday or Friday. So anyway, happy Sunday. Good afternoon, YouTube. Run Bluey in the background having his dinner. Until I go and edit this vlog, I don't even know at what point did I check in lately or did I speak on here. Maybe yesterday when I was at home dying with my period and Arthur was sick. Update, he's still sick. Update, I'm not dying anymore. Amen. I am, however, working from home this week because Artie has a virus. And the worst part is like, these things pop up. If you're a mum, you know what I'm talking about. But like, the worst thing is, adults can apparently have like viral bacteria and not know that like we have it, and then kiss your child or do something, and then like 2 days later they're sick. And the doctors are like, yeah, well, that's because adults can carry things and not actually have the symptoms, and then the kids get it. Love that. All about immunity building, but talk about inconvenience. Just put some liquid gold on my face because, you know, hormonal acne. Oh God, that looked like I had a hickey there. Wouldn't be so lucky. Anyway, it's Monday. We survived the day. I went to work this morning. Dad stayed home and Mum dadded. Dad mummed. Oh. Yeah. So Jake will go back to work tomorrow. I'm going to work from home for the week. Is a little bit hard with my job, but I can catch up on all my admin things that are like overdue, which is nice. So whilst we're at the doctor's today with Artie, drum roll. What does this say? Preconception. We told our doctor that we are ready to start trying, not like right this minute or this month, but we just said that like the time is coming and we want to get all of our ducks in a row. Jake hasn't had like a full blood panel for a long time. Dr. Sorov didn't even get you to do it last time, did he? No, he just did a general like health check. All right, we get it. We're all tired.
No, he wants his bodily stay on there.
I'm so mean. Yeah, so last time Jake just started on the men's elevate. Yeah, and I started on the ladies' elevate. And now look, obviously I'm supposed to be having multivitamins every day and all the rest of it, but how am I perfect? Also, he's gonna go to the cupboard because he's a picture of health and get his men's multivitamins.
Oh, hold on.
So we literally just take these.
I'm gonna hold you accountable. Take two.
So we both have the Nature's Way gummies. If you know from my older stories, the gummies are much easier for me to have post-op than heaps of tablets. So realistically, I should be having 2 of these a day and some Megafold 5. And realistically, that's probably all I'm going to stick to, because when you go and have Elevate, it's just a multivitamin anyway with your folic acid and all the rest of it in it. But yeah, so folic acid, 5 milligrams. I'm pretty sure I used to just take 1 a day. Yeah, 1 tablet daily during pregnancy, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, anyone can take this. Like, you don't have to be pregnant. If your folic acid comes back low, they'll tell you to take this. This is why I hate just multivitamins in general. The iron taste. Ugh. Bluey, come and say hello. Look at his little rosy cheeks. Say hello, everybody. Look at my rosy cheeks. Look at my rosy cheeks. It's a maraca. Listen to how stuffy you are. Do you want to hold it? Can you shake it? Shake, shake, shake. Good job. Shake, shake, shake. You're so clever. He's supervised. Don't worry, it's fine. You can't open it anyway. Next minute. No. But yeah, so that's a little bit exciting. He just punched me in the mouth. There's no like set in stone plans. We just kind of, let's just get the ball rolling. So we'll have some bloods. Obviously I'm coming up to 12 months post-op. So that's kind of why, yeah, that was our plan, was that we started trying at the beginning of the year. Then, yeah, by the time this guy turns 2, we should have, or we'll be close to having another bub. And that's if everything goes to plan. Obviously you don't know until you start trying. Yeah, so until we start trying, we won't know. We could be really lucky and fall quite easily like last time, or I don't know. You just genuinely don't know. So, that's where we're at the moment. Nothing too exciting, but getting the bloods done is the first thing, and Jake's gonna get his done too. Obviously mine has a few more things because your female hormones and whatnot. I will have mine on the 21st day of my cycle though. So even though we have the forms, we're not actually gonna go and do them until December 9th or 10th. It's like the 21st day of my cycle. So at that point you're in your luteal phase, which you either would be pregnant or not pregnant. So your progesterone and your estrogen would show certain markers which would reflect that you've ovulated and not conceived, or that you are pregnant. Obviously we wouldn't be pregnant because we're not trying yet. Never say never. But yeah, so that's why it's really important. And actually this is a really good piece of advice I'm going to give you. There you go, for free. So I get asked a lot, how did I know I was ready to have kids, blah, 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 blah. I think that's something that's very, very personal. When you know, you know. I think obviously age definitely comes into it, but we're kind of scared into a lot of like, oh, like age is, you know, gonna work against you, you're getting older, blah, 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 blah. Obviously when I went to have my surgery consultation, and I've spoken about this a lot, Dr. Ravi was the first person that was like, hey, so you're late 20s, you're almost turning 30, what's your stand on kids? Like, do you guys want to have kids? If so, when? No one had ever asked me that before. He spoke about if I had surgery first, potentially freezing my eggs, we had never tried before, so we didn't even know if we were A, gonna have any issues, B, would fall pregnant naturally, easily, it might take a while, you just don't know. And that was a really good point that our doctor that we go and see, and we still go up to Kalamunda, which is half an hour away from us. We go out of our way to see him, but that's because he knows us and he knows my backstory. He's actually the doctor that got me better after years of just struggle, so we'd go out of our way to see him anytime. But yeah, basically like he said, you don't know until you start trying. I don't want you to come to me after 3 or 4 months and go, oh, you know, like I'm a picture of health, I should be pregnant, but I'm not. He was like, I don't want to see you for 6 or 12 months. That was last time. This time around, like he said, textbook, it should be easier and quicker for us, but you just never know. So we're just gonna, yeah, take every day as it comes. Thank you. And yeah, basically just go from there. I'm happy to obviously share as much as I can. I don't know if I'm going to obviously like film in live time and like post everything about what we're going through at the time, because again, we will comfortably share with our very close family and friends when the time comes for us, when we've conceived, hopefully, fingers crossed. But again, like publicly, I don't know if that's what we'll do, because I still like the idea of, you know, getting to that safe point, just personally. Family and friends, like, I don't know, last time we kind of told everyone, like the day that we found out, which was fine.
Yeah, if you think about it, it was the first time we've ever...
Yeah, so I think this time, like,
around.
it's still going to be just as exciting, but it's not going to be that eager, you know, like, holy shit, we're pregnant for the first time. Obviously, like I said, it's exciting nonetheless, but we were locked down in COVID. You know, we were living with Jake's parents, so we couldn't really hide it. We were so excited, and we had to FaceTime the rest of our family because of lockdown. So we don't really know what our plan is this time. Again, we're just gonna, like, we'll just start trying when we're ready to start trying and just see how we go. What we do know is that we aren't going to find out the sex again. And this is me lively speaking about it, because I am such a controlling OCD person, in the sense that if there is something that I can control or need to know, I will find out one way or another. But as God is my witness, I did not find out last time. I went to how many, like a handful, probably a good 5 or 6 appointments by myself last time, and I had every opportunity to be like, Susan, just tell me, and I didn't. So I'm very proud of myself. Little pat on the head. So I loved it so much. I cannot tell you, if you are, you know, trying for a baby or considering having kids one day, and I say this to everyone, and everyone goes, you are honestly wise beyond your years. But the way I looked at it is, there is not very many surprises left in life, and it makes me emotional just thinking about it. But it's like, you know, if you're going to get married, you're going to have a wedding day. There's just so many things that come that you can find out if you want to, and I just feel like unless you physically go and find out what you're having, this is something that's like, it's inside you. It can be the biggest secret that you've ever had. And Jake, you can chime in on this. That moment that he got held up over the curtain, so we, because I want you to be there, so our only birth wishes and birth preferences, because we had to have a cesarean anyway, we didn't have too many, but it was little things like, Jake to announce the sex, Jake to stay with the baby if we had to get split up, which is literally what happened, so we're glad that we made that choice. But I wanted Jake to announce, like that was just the biggest thing. And so they kept me awake long enough to drop the curtain and obviously do the Simba like, ah. I'll try and put a little photo in here because it's very good.
Yeah, we've got one.
So how did you feel in that moment? Because I don't think I've ever actually asked you this. Like, obviously we were so excited, but I think low-key I was wanting to be a boy mum so bad, but I was adamant that he was going to be a Ruby. And every time I asked you who we were having, you would always say Alfie, which is our other boy's name. But low-key, deep down, you were like, I would love a girl so much. And I think Jake would be the cutest girl dad. But how did you feel in that moment when you saw him and it was like, it's a boy?
Funny, because I actually thought it was a girl.
Oh, really?
I actually thought it was Ruby that came out until she kind of shook him a little bit when he was shaking and his little...
Yeah, because remember she said to you, now I'll let you announce.
Yeah.
You need to move that back over onto the hot plate. She was like, I'll let you announce, but sometimes the dads get a bit flustered and it could be a girl, but they see the umbilical cord hanging and they think it's a willy, or they think that the umbilical cord is that and assume that it's a girl, so she was like, I'll chime in. But yeah, so obviously you saw that, and then how did you feel though?
It was funny, and I'll go back to it, because usually when babies come out naturally or either cesarean, they always cry super loud, and you can kind of hear the squeaking of like a girl or like a little dead little boy. But it's and you agree, he's such a quiet baby that he didn't even make a peep when he came out.
That's actually a really good point. When they started cutting me open, and sorry if this is TMI, I'll put a trigger warning in. No, because some people get funny about that. So she started operating already. Obviously they made sure I was numb, and the head doctor person was like, so today we have Hayley Zizzolo, date of birth, blah, 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 blah. We're performing a cesarean section for the birth of your baby. Led by Dr. Susan Eastdale, blah, blah. And you just hear, yep, just letting you know, I've already started. I can see bub. And we were like, what? And then, so obviously she started to like pull him out, and she did say you're going to feel a lot of pressure. But like, this is what I thought was happening to me. Like literally she was jumping on my stomach trying to push him out because he was massive, and I gave birth at 37 weeks as well, so he was 4 kilos at 37 weeks. Hi Mum, thank you. So big baby stuck in there, and he was so head down and engaged from so early on that he actually had like little elf ears when he was born. So that much of his head up to the bridge of his nose was already engaged from like 32 weeks, and she'd been saying that. So he had to be like pulled back a bit and pulled out. So anyway, they pulled him out, and they must have just had his head out, and I wish that the midwife was there with the camera, because we got some amazing footage. We got my waters breaking, everything, like just incredible, hey. But I would have loved to have seen at what point he was making that noise, because there's one photo where if you zoom in, because we used my Canon, the photos were obviously really high quality. If you zoom in, you can see my stomach open and all of the adipose tissue, which is your yellow fat. And you can see the little skerricks of hair like wetted down on his head, and I was like, I zoomed in, I remember asking her before we went home, I was like, is this his head in my belly? She's like, yeah. So that was really, really cool. But I do remember hearing the squawk at one stage. It was like a little like, yeah, and then it just stopped. And then she's like, hello, Bobby. I still remember that to this day. That was Susan Singh. She called all the babies Bubby if you didn't know what you were having. Yeah, hello, Bobby, welcome, happy birthday. And then, yeah, she's like, all right, Dad, are you ready? And then they're like, we're going to drop the curtain. And then obviously, yeah, Jake's like, it's a boy. But it wasn't until, so you went over to the...
Cut the umbilical cord.
They wiped all the vernix off and like, you know, gave him a good rub over, made sure he was breathing, sucked his mouth out. Because when they don't come out the birth canal, they do get a lot of mucus in their nose and their mouth, so they have to suck it out. And then they wrapped him up and brought him over and laid him on me, but I was that out of it. Just because of the way that they had, didn't go under GA, but they did put me to sleep after it was done. But it was at that point, so he's like laying face to face to me, and I just looked at Jake like crying and was like, he looks like the last ultrasound. And even my dad was like, how did you not look at that ultrasound and go, that's a big boy in there? And I'm like, well, it could have been a chunky girl. But then I just remember looking at Jake and I said, what's his name? And so Arthur obviously is his name, but we named him after my granddad. And I think this is the reason why we just didn't tell anyone of our parents what names we were considering, because we didn't want to have that guilt on the inside of it of like, oh, we're actually going to name, if we have a boy, we're going to name him after granddad, blah, 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 because then when they come out, like, you just don't know. And if we had to pick the other name, then we didn't want like my dad or my stepmom or anyone from my family to be upset that we said we were going to use his name and we didn't. So we just kept it to ourselves, and we're like, that way there, no one gets disappointed, no one gets upset, it is what it is. And so I said to Jake, I obviously know what name I want, but he might come out and we might be like, oh, he looks so like fragile and little and he's a little Alfie. But he looked like he was big, fat, chunky, and he's this big old man gopher fish, like Jake always said. And we sat there Googling for ages, like a day or two later, like what fish we were trying to explain. But you know those like big, mad, angry ones with the big lips? That's what he looked like. And I just heard Jake go, I think we have an Arthur, and then I just lost it. Literally just lost it, because I'm like, I can't believe that I get to tell my dad that I've named my firstborn son after his dad. And actually, I might share the video in here of the moment that we introduced them and told him.
Okay, so Bubba meeting Nanny and Poppy for the first time.
So if you pick that up and turn it around, it has his name on it. You have to read it out loud.
Oh, no way. Baby Arthur.
Baby Arthur.
Oh, wow.
Because it was just the most magical thing ever. And his middle name is Albert, which is Jake's dad's name. Well, his birth name is actually Umberto, but we wanted to keep it like to what we call him. So yeah, the night that he was born, like my mum had been at the hospital since 1 o'clock when we were taken down anyway. Jake's parents came about 5:30. Artie was born at 4:07 p.m. and I didn't get to meet him until almost 7 o'clock. I got brought back, hey?
Yeah.
Like it was quite late. Like the photos in my phone are like 6:57 of when I got wheeled back in. So yeah, almost 3 hours from when he was born to when I got to have my first cuddle. And that's fine. That was just because of my health in general. So I'd rather them save both of our lives than rush it and obviously something happened. So that was all good. But yeah, so then obviously our parents came in. Now, one of the nurses did spoil it though. So we did say we don't want anyone to discuss anything that's happened with us to any of our family. If anyone asks you to say you don't know. But one of the nurses that just came on shift went into the tea room where the parents were waiting on the private ward, and she just went, oh, who are you guys waiting for? And they were like, oh, our daughter and son are having a baby in that room. She goes, oh, he's sitting in there with dad. And mum's on her way back now. And they just went, it's a boy. And they reckon the look on her face, like hell would have frozen over. And she was like so upset. And they said, no, that's okay. Just don't tell us anymore. And then, yeah, so when they came to the room, we were like, introducing Arthur Albert, and Jake's dad actually cried, and that's like getting water out of a rock. So that was really, really nice. So it was really beautiful for both of our dads. My dad actually came to us a couple of days later and was like, why don't you add Jake's name into the middle? Like, it's his firstborn son, like he should have that. And I'm like, he's got his dad's name and his surname, like he's gonna carry that on. So that was enough for us. And we were like, maybe we'll save that for another time. So yeah, it was really cool how it all happened. Anyway, it's a little bit of a birth story recap there. I've shared my birth story on here.
Hashtag
so you can go
Australian
back.
birth stories.
Hashtag Australian birth stories. I love that. I'm going to send that clip to Sophie because she needs to see that he is a very well educated man. We have listened so far, well, mostly myself, but Jake has listened to probably a good 3/4 of them based on when we were thinking about having a baby, trying to conceive, and then even now when we drive in the car, he just knows this is what I'm listening to. Australian Birthing Stories by Sophie Walker. It's on Spotify, iTunes, all the rest of it. Obviously, this is a completely shameless plug, but life-changing. Every single person that I have come across that is pregnant, trying to conceive, or thinking about having kids one day, still now I get messages going, oh my gosh, did you listen to this week's podcast? 352 episodes, maybe 354. Whatever it's up to is how many we've listened to. And like, we gave birth, where it's not pregnant or anything now, and we still listen because it is literally, you just learn everything you need to know. There's so many different stories, positive, negative experiences, trigger warning, miscarriages, literally everything. There's nothing that's not covered, and a lot of that was really important for Jake and I to hear together, so it was really cool. We're going down to 2J for the day next weekend for our annual Christmas trip. Normally we do it with Jake's family, but everyone's a bit busy at the moment, and we just go to the Christmas shop. Yeah, both. We go to the Christmas shop, we buy a new decoration for the Christmas tree. Artie was here for it last year, but he was still in his bassinet and he was a little tiny boy. So it's going to be so cool this year for him to see it. But that trip 3 years ago, Jake and I were listening the whole way to 2J, which is like an 1.5-hour drive, and then back again. That's when we'd started listening. So it's a little bit bittersweet, and like we joked about names that we wanted, and we're in the Christmas shop. They do like little door handle name things, like plaques for your kids, and he's like pointing at the names and he's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And it, like his mum and dad must have been like, what are they talking about? But it was one of those very bittersweet things. But yeah, so we are super excited and we can't wait to share it. I did promise this time though.
My knees are bent.
Thank you. I did promise Jake this time that once we start trying, I wouldn't test unless he was there. Because if you know, last time I tested when he went to work for the morning, like I woke up after he'd left.
Pulled a sickie.
And I did the test, found out I was pregnant. His sister, my 2 best friends, my mum, and one of the girls from work all knew before him. And that was the hardest thing ever, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I wanted to tell him in person, but this time I promised we would sit there with the camera every month when we do a test and we'd like get both of our reactions together, because I know that it's not gonna be that initial like, holy shit, we're pregnant like last time, because we've been through it, but it is still such an exciting feeling nonetheless. And yeah, baby dust to absolutely everyone that is trying or thinking about it in the future or has been on a massive journey to get there, because it is a hard slog, and most people don't even start at this point where they go and get blood to check things first. But with my previous health and then obviously being post-op with the sleeve and stuff, I want to make sure I'm putting myself in a, you know, I think actually Jake made a good point. We thought we might have been pregnant a few months back, and I said to him, I was like, you just seem really worried. Like, I know time-wise it's not what we planned, but like, you seem really worried. And he goes, if I'm being honest, I'm worried about you. He said, because health-wise, I know that it's not what is recommended at that point in time. Like, I would have only been 5 or 6 months post-op. He's like, it is what it is if it happens, but he's like, I would be really worried about you. And I was like, yeah, that's fair enough. So again, putting my health first, making sure that I'm in the most positive predicament I can be in before we start trying, and Jake's also going to do that too. So we'll probably in the next couple of weeks pick up some probably, I think I'm going to use kin fertility again. I might actually order some online, but it's just that you have to take 2 a day, and I didn't really, I don't know what my plan is. When I buy something and decide to share it, I will, but I don't know. The kin fertility, I love it because it's a little bit less synthetic, but the tablets are quite big and you have to take 2 a day, and yeah, I don't know, that probably would make me throw up. So I might just have to get back on the elevator, but we'll just see. We'll wait till the bloods come back and go from there. But anyway, we will see how we go. Checking in over the next couple of days. It's probably gonna be pretty boring, but anyway, I also trained today, so I'll add in a little snippet of me training. I just hit my nose. And I'll catch up with you soon. This for me. Don't ask me, like, if only you could see, I'm kneeling on my coffee table because I have my camera set up on my tripod, because I just got all of our Christmas stuff out and Artie is asleep. I've just logged off work for the day, so I figured I need to find a spot for the Christmas tree to go up, and I at least want to just get the Christmas tree up, not so much decorated, because I figured we'll do that this afternoon when Jake gets home, but just get it up and let him sort of get used to it being there by the end of the day. And just sort of see how that goes. But anyway, I don't think I checked in yesterday or anything because I worked from home. Artie's been sick, so it's just been a bit of a rough couple of days, but we are okay. We are hanging in there. I've just been getting up, smashing out 3 or 4 hours of work, and then just, having that last hour before he wakes up to tidy the house, get our lunch and stuff ready so that when he wakes up, I can just be with him for the afternoon. Now that he's not having that second nap, it's a long few hours. It's nice and sunny outside today after the storm last night, so we might go for a walk to the park. Also, bruise cam update. Like, why is this so bad today? So this guy, all of these, like, it looks so bad. If you didn't know that I trained literally every day, it would be really bad. anyway, I forget, and like when I'm out in public, I just, yeah, I see people, like it'll just like catch their eye and I'll be like, I really should wear a t-shirt. Oh yeah, look, this guy here too, both shoulders. It was a big week of like cleans and stuff, so anyway, as someone said, if you're getting bruised, that's because you're doing it wrong. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm still learning. So anyway, so I just came here to end this vlog here, and hopefully I will start the next vlog with our Christmas setup and see what the next week brings us. But I hope you've loved this week. We've had lots of personal like connections and catch ups, and yeah, I hope you loved that. So if there's anything more you want to see about any of it, let me know. But yeah, otherwise we'll see you in the next week's vlog.